Welcome, everyone, to our weekly world session. This is March 3rd. No, it is March 11th, 2025. So today, the group and I came up with looking at sort of the Jungian concept of good and evil within us. So we've got um, this understanding that we're always walking this razor's edge between good and evil. And what we want to do is bring in light to allow the cell to release any contraction between the two or any delusional, let's say, filtering ideas that there is no bad or evil within us. How do we know? Just simply do a check in. How do we know there's bad within us? Let's say you are angry with someone, just listen to your thoughts. That's the evil side. But you can know you're good is when you don't act on them. So let's say you're on a bus with someone and they take their bag and they have it on their shoulders, they bang you in the head, they knock you down, and then they just leave. All right. And you might think bad thoughts about them. So to know that, yeah, sure, my dark side will come up and think terrible thoughts about them, but my other side will say, please, could you move your bag before they end up knocking me down and, walking away, leaving the damage behind them. I love that story because that's happened to me many, many times where people leave or you're on an airplane and somebody walks by and bunk, bunk, every bag going by goes bunk, 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 bunk. So I've learned to put up my hand and go, just watch your bag, just watch your bag, just watch your bag. And that's it. So there you can act in a good way. So what we're going to do is bring up some photon release within the cells to burn up the part of us that one will cope or hide where that evil is. We need to know where it is. We need to know where our dark side is. It's a really important thing. So it doesn't just catch us by surprise. And then we start doing some strange things. Even a look from someone, right? You could have a conversation with someone and they could give you a look of hatred or disgust. And this needs to be neutralized, at least within us, so that we can go and look out at the world. I don't know if neutralized is a really good word, but once I see something and I'm aware of it, which is exactly what I'm doing here, I'm seeing something, I have an awareness, it can't take me by surprise. We've got enough unconscious and enough stuff we're not aware of. At least if I know, hey, there's a dark side in me. And if you don't know there's a dark side in you, you can do a little exercise. Think about being a prisoner of war and you're tortured by your captors. And think about what you would do to escape. Okay. Another way would be if you were in war and your generals, and believe me, the Milgram experiment, you can look it up. We know that people will follow authority. What authority says, we will do, including hurting other people. So before you judge, see what you would do in a circumstance. If you were told that somebody is evil and done something evil and you must, abuse them, see if you could or you would and under what condition. It's a great way to allow your dark side to be exposed so that you never succumb to it, that you would never, no matter what happens in our world, you would never be the one who's going to go out and be part of the perpetrators of negativity, of evil, of terribleness, right? So, even parents to their children, if we don't look at our dark side and we have our children, there are many times I've seen very nice people, very good people do things to their kids and justify it and say that it's the child's fault that they did those things. My child wasn't obeying, so I gave him a good slap. I put them in their room. I locked them in there for a week. I took away their toys. These little tortures that a parent could do to their child, we want to get those out of us. And how do we know? We know we can do them. We know that if we're pushed, because most of us are children. So that is our parameter that we're working in, and we're going to be in that place where we're looking. I'm using photons within the cell. Almost just imagine, light coming out of a cell, ripping apart those bits and pieces that contract the cell and damage the cell. We want to stay young. We want to stay healthy, and we want to get this garbage out. This means that this session could also give a toxin release. So if you notice you feel nauseous, I'm already feeling nauseous as I'm doing this. So experiencing everyone getting light to go through them, move through them, and then have all of that toxicity move out. Even if you're experiencing others going through that, you can experience nausea, you can experience maybe very robust bowel movements. So we're going to get that balance, also looking in parallel at the yin yang, or masculine feminine. Within, we know there's dark within light and light within dark, and it goes on ad infinitum. We're giving that energy some amplification through this photon release to be able to kind of expand. And when we expand it, we can pick apart, like let's say there's a toxin. Usually most things that we have has a consciousness. That's why we're working with negative, positive, good, and evil. People forget that it's not like, if we get sick and we're not healing, it's not just that we caught a bug. It can also be because we've been stressed. And those stressors need to reduce so our bodies can heal. So stress can be a huge part of everything, including what you believe. So if you are sitting around trying to relax, but all you can do is think about work, you're not going to relax. You'll come out of your day of relaxation and go, well, I'm even more tired that I didn't do anything than I was before I started. Well, yeah, your adrenals went down, but your brain was fighting. So you never had enough time to relax, nor did you get to totally relax, because your brain is not letting your brain, this is the connectome going into the entire nervous system, and that flexibility going into your gut brain. So the gut brain doesn't know when you should stop or when you should go ahead. All right. So this is how important negative, positive is. This is how important good, bad is, because good, bad influences our decisions daily. It influences how we see what we need to do to take care of this body. And when you take care of this body and the mind, which integrates with the body, you can take care of your soul, you can take care of your heart, you can take care of your family, you can take care of your pet, right? But if you're not taken care of, everything manifests and starts working in the world with action, reaction. You're not able to come and go, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I saying? How am I dealing with things? We need to breathe. We need that light going into the lungs, into the colon, into every part of the body. So just feel that light. Feel the two halves of the body. Feel the yin, yang, masculine, feminine, good and bad. This comprises life. Yes, comprises life. This morning, I got up and I I found 5 cockroaches in the last few days. And, I've sprayed everyone, but I lost electricity and I'm back. So I think I was talking about this cockroach and how I felt really bad. My heart broke looking at that I killed another one. And, I thought, oh, wow, this is where we have part of us that is good and evil, but um, that's not a nice thing to do, but I'm not going to have them in my house. I'm not going to have them replicating. And it doesn't make me good, but it makes me understand that I will commit something that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, even though I don't want them in my home. All right, so we're going to just wrap this up since I kind of lost the zone here. But what we're really doing is supporting the nervous system, just allowing our nervous system to be plastic, be able to see where we can do bad things and good things, not make excuses for them. That, no, making excuses hides it. We want to see what's good and bad. There may be reasons for it, right? I would never want to go to war. Never. Even as a little kid, I would think about what if, I'm from Canada. What if Canada went to war? And I just think, well, I'll just escape to the North Pole. I'll just keep going north. They're not going to find me there. But as I got older and I thought, well, now I'm not young. I can't get up there. I would fight if somebody tried to kill me. And that's basically what organisms do, just like a cockroach. He tried to fight for his life, he tried to run away, and as do all living beings. So that's a little crazy note to end on there, a little cockroach note, but let's just remember that we cannot judge nature, and we cannot necessarily dominate nature because we are nature, and that's all there is to it. So let's allow that nervous system and nature to allow us to have the light coming within and balance our connectome, which is in the brain, our entire nervous system, and sense the world. I want to say more peacefully, but it's not just about peace. As they say, if you want peace, prepare for war. So it's really looking at the two sides, and we are not pulled by one or the other necessarily, but we can be the voice of reason. We can be within the vertical, not pulling anywhere, not going to hate, right? Not going to just love. That's not going to be good either. If you say just love, then I could see, some person barreling towards me with a knife, and I might go, oh, I'll just love them and everything will be fine. It won't necessarily be fine. So we're just looking at this balance. All right, my loves, have a great week, and we will come back next week. And I hope this helps, because the group and I were talking about how, people with disagreements, differing opinions, become very, very, very aggressive towards each other. They can't hear the other opinion, and I find that heartbreaking as well. So if we can get into a place where you have different views, that's fine. You have different views. We're in this together. All right. Love you all. Have a great week. And